Hey there, I hope you're doing well. Today I want to geek out on the Lexus Smart Key for the LS430 from 2004 to 2006. And some of this may actually apply to some of the other Lexus line. So you may learn something, about your key that you didn't know. I've already done a couple of videos. I'll leave links in the description of this one to the other videos about the key and different programming features that are pretty cool. But today I'm just going to do some other things that you may or may not know. So the first thing, I'm going to get outside the car. First thing is, say it's a really hot day and you're walking up to your car and it's been out in the sun. It's going to be blazing when you get in the car. Well, you can take your key and hit the unlock button and hold it down, I think for maybe 3 to 5 seconds. And it will start to roll down your windows. It'll even open up the sunroof as you hold it down. Now if you let it go, it stops. Okay, let's say you did that and then it started to rain and you're like, oh shit, you don't have time to get in the car, jump in the car, turn it on and all that. What you can do is you can take this blade out, unlock the blade at the top, push it up, take your blade and stick it into the actual lock here and turn it counterclockwise and hold it, and then it'll roll all your stuff back up really quickly. I've actually had that happen before, so that's how I know about that. And you can also use it to turn it clockwise and do the same function as the holding the unlock, so it rolls everything down. So that's pretty cool. This blade works in that way. People may or may not know that. Another thing about this, let's say I put the key in the trunk by mistake. Leave it in there, close the trunk. The car lets you know that you left the key in the trunk. And I didn't realize this was happening one time. I kept hearing this noise and had an extra key that was in like a duffel bag that was in the trunk. And it was beeping at me and I'm like, what the hell? And then I remembered that I had the extra key in there, and that's what it's letting you know. It's one of the warning signs that you'll hear from the car. So there's some other things about the blade. You can actually lock your glove box just like that, locked up. You can lock the trunk. You push this in, this little lock mechanism here, you just push it in. You don't need the key to do that. But now the trunk won't open no matter what unless you have the key with you. And it uses the proximity to actually open the trunk now. So that's the only way to get the trunk open. So if someone were to break in your car, God forbid, as long as this is pushed in, they can't get inside the trunk. And to unlock your trunk, all you have to do is put the key in there and then turn it and it pops out. There you go. One more thing about this that's pretty neat, I guess, or kind of strange. This push button down here, I guess this is kind of the go-between for push button. You can turn it and push it in without a key, but you can also stick the key in there and turn it. So it works that way, and I didn't even know that went in there. I was always just using my hand, and I didn't know it went in there until I took this somewhere. I think they were working on my brakes when I went to get in it. So I was like, damn, I didn't even know that went in there. I guess, this little part here fits right in, and sometimes it's kind of finicky, so I don't really use it very much because it has to go in a certain way, or I think there's like a little lock mechanism in there. Like with everything, you have to just be kind of just right with it, because there's been times where I've been trying to put it in there and it doesn't want to go in. So without doing that, you just turn it. But that's kind of another cool thing. This is, again, probably the 3rd or 4th video I've done on the key. I also did the battery replacement and some programming features for the door unlock and lock feature and the memory, so you can bind your memory to your key. So all those things are really cool, and this is something that Lexus did over 20 years ago. And there's just a lot of cars out there now that have smart keys and whatever they want to say, but they still aren't as smart as this key. This thing is awesome, and this car is awesome, and I just love geeking out on it. And so I get passionate about this stuff. I bought this car from my dad, And this is the second LS I bought. I bought a LS400 from him also, but I bought this LS430 from him. My dad, he's awesome. He's the one that bought that 400, and it's crazy because I was trying to steer him to the Infiniti Q45 because I like that car. Didn't really know much about the LS platform, but when he bought the 400 and let me drive it, he'd say, "Don't let it get out from under you," and because I mean, that thing had some little giddy up. You know, I had that delayed little giddy up, kind of like this one does when you kick it in. It kind of gives you a little hesitation, and then it just throw you back in the seat. And you know, people say these cars aren't fast. I get it, they're not blazing fast, but for what they are, big luxury sedan, they do well enough. I mean, they're super comfortable, super reliable. I can't say enough about them. I mean, you know, it's probably my favorite car. I think it's the best car ever made. So that's why I'm doing these videos. And if you have any ideas about a video that you might want me to do on the 430, let me know. I thought about doing like the mass airflow sensor clean and throttle body clean, maybe do a video and show people how to do those, because I've also done some other maintenance videos. I did the PCV valve and the filters, so check those videos out if you haven't. But yeah, that's my little spiel. Oh, one more thing I thought about this key. So when you drive the car at night, let's say you go park it wherever, some douchebag in a McLaren just went by. If you drive the car at night and you pull up wherever you're going, get out, the lights stay on. That's a courtesy light thing. The headlights stay on so you can see. But you know, those are timed. I think it's maybe 30 or 60 seconds. I'm not sure if you can set those, but you can hit the lock button more than once and it'll turn them off. So I'll show you here how this works. Let's say I'm driving around and it's nighttime. I get out of the car and the lights are still on. Close the door. I hit the lock button once, the lights stay on. I hit it the second time, turns them off. I always do that just because I feel like it's saving the bulb life. I don't know, something in my mind that makes me think the longer they stay on, it's a usage thing, and the quicker I turn them off, the better. But you know, there may be some circumstance where you don't care. For me, I just turn them off immediately. So I just wanted to share this knowledge and passion and everything. I mean, I'm a car guy, so this type of shit really, you know, as much as I call the guy driving a McLaren a douchebag, I just don't get into some of that crap. But you know, whatever. I like the muscle cars, and I like stuff like this, old school Japanese sedans, you know, 90s and 2000s Japanese stuff. Yeah, I hope this helps you, and please like and share, comment, subscribe if you haven't. All that stuff, really appreciate it, and I will see you on the next one. Thank you so much. Thank you.